you have to incentivize workers because they don't necessarily want to deal with bodies of those who have died of COVID-19 complications. And also you said that government has directed you to deal with all deaths and all corpses as if they were those of people who died of COVID-19.
Yes, indeed. Look, even myself, it is not an easy task to handle a contagious body, a highly contagious body such as the COVID-19 body. So we urge as the owners to encourage our employees. Most of our employees don't have medical aid. So if they come across a body that is a COVID-19, they will raise that issue. So, and they will say to us, should I contaminate myself with this body? What then? Because I don't have medical aid. And now we have to pay them extra each time they handle such bodies, so that at the end of the day, we are undertakers. We must handle each and every body. It doesn't matter whether they died of Ebola or whatever the case is. We need to make sure that we provide our services to the general public, even though our government seem not to recognize us as an essential service industry. Because even in the president's speech yesterday, last night that was watching on TV, he said nothing about the funeral industry when he was mentioning those that are going to be prioritized on this new vaccine that they've had. Maybe I was hoping we were going to be mentioned there, because we are experiencing more deaths in the funeral industry than any other sector that is there, but us not being mentioned, even in any of his speeches, starting from day one when he was delivering the speech, the only time he would mention the funeral industry, it was when he was criticizing and saying funerals are the playground of COVID-19 infections. But who have ran that study or the test in order to show or prove that funerals are the cause of spreading this virus?
So, Muzi, there's also been complaints about people burying wrong bodies. What is your industry's culpability in this particular instance? How are you involved in, the situation where people are assigned the wrong bodies and then have to exhume bodies after the fact once they find out?
Look, we as an industry, we are capable. We've handled more contagious diseases than COVID-19, but the amount of fear that comes with this virus is actually what makes things very difficult on our part. On the other hand, the government itself does not consult with us. Look, we have said it before as NAFUPA SA that there is nothing wrong when people are coming in to identify their bodies. The family can view the body provided that they are on PPEs as much as we are. I am still saying even the case that we've seen in Eastern Cape, whereby families now are going back and digging the graves and wanting to take their bodies out of the plastic bag. If we were involved in the planning, we could have done better. There are ways that we can use where bodies are not buried in a plastic bags. There are ways that we can use which are more safer but accommodative to the general public.
So just a final one, Muzi, in closing, what is it that the industry itself can do to assist the situation that we are currently faced with?
Number one, we would like to conduct trainings, workshop, and go out to the general public. You know, you have your Induna in KZN and Eastern Cape, and these are the people that have too much respect of their community. If we can conduct training, they can spread the word to the children. Areas who are going out and saying there is no COVID-19, it's the 3G towers and all that. I believe that the training is not being done in a broader way so that people are aware and of what is happening, and we remove all these conspiracies and fears that comes with this COVID-19.
So just finally, with regard to the shortage of coffins, what is the situation there? And also with regard to the mortuaries being full, just give us a final sense of what the situation is, please.
And one must point out the fact that the reason we ran out of coffins is because all, if not most, of the suppliers were closed. There was no timber to even make new coffins. But now they have opened, and we're slowly seeing the supply of coffins coming back, even though we still are not able to access some ranges of coffins, but it is getting better. And we are now able to bury people as soon as possible. Even our mortuaries are starting to go back to the normal way that we are used to. All we can say now is that in areas whereby there are no graves, please, the government must provide new land for cemeteries, because this is what also causes some of the delays and makes our mortuaries to be overcapacitated.
Muzi Hlengwa, thanks so much for your time. President of the National Funeral Association of South Africa, talking to us about the increase of COVID-19 related deaths among undertakers and burial staff and some of the other challenges that they are faced with. Let's take you to the weather centre now. Mdu standing by with an update.